Yo people, welcome back to another review. This time the Bad Batch Season 2 finale. We got episodes 15 and 16. They really left that on an unexpected note. I'm looking forward to the next season already, which is something I couldn't say when this show ended in Season 1. The first thing I want to get out of the way was the Saw Gerrera thing. He's an absolute tramp, and I'm happy he dies in Rogue One. I'm gonna need more information on his character because I don't know too much about him. If anyone can tell me anything in the comments, then feel free, but this guy's actually overrated from what I've seen, especially recently. All he does as of recent is be an inconvenience. In Andor, he was being stiff, he was being stubborn with Luthen. Now in this show, he decides to be reckless and he got Tech killed. Tech was also the one that told him his plan was pointless, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care about anyone. Saw Gerrera is a terrorist. The rebels and the Bad Batch and everyone, they could have found out potentially about the Death Star if they'd have stuck to the plan, but most importantly, they would have definitely found out about Tantis and Palpatine's cloning plans if they had just stuck with the plan. But this fool decided to make it all about him and blow up a tiny bit of the base, just the bottom part, not even the top building where all the elites were, which is what he said he was there to do, to take out the big Imperial leaders. He didn't even touch them, so what was the point? Tarkin was just sitting there, he was chilling, he wasn't worried. They put the little curtain wall thing, they locked down everything, and it was fine. Also, very nice cameo to see from Krennic as well, as he mentions Operation Stardust. Now, don't get me wrong, I wanted someone from the Bad Batch to die, so this show would become a lot more serious, because I think the best stories always have like a main character death, so I have no problem with how he died, or even that he died, despite him being my favourite Bad Batch character. I kind of had a feeling anyways that he would die because this season he got a lot more screen time, and in particular he kind of got made to learn more about emotions, and we got to see a lot more of him and him being clutch in certain occasions and stuff. Even though he is my favourite, I still hope that he is dead. I just don't want to see him come back and he gets forced and people start surviving 300,000 feet drops and stuff like that. It just... Star Wars is starting to have an issue where someone dies or an action happens and then it just gets rescinded. Like when Luke and Grogu, they meet and they're supposed to leave Din Djarin and then that just doesn't happen anymore. But like I said, because of Saw Gerrera, Tech died and that he's supposed to be a good guy. He just completely disregarded what Tech said, which cost Tech his life. And on top of that, because they then had to go and fix the car and the wires and everything, that led to the malfunction of their half cart that they had left, which caused the injuries to Omega and to Wrecker. And because they were that desperate, they had to go all the way to Sid and then they got betrayed. So none of that would have happened had Saw Gerrera just relaxed, stayed composed, and just seen the plan through that the Bad Batch wanted. These two episodes, again, were very well done in general. Whenever they've had the Empire involved throughout this season, everything is just more serious. Everything is done very well. Whether the Bad Batch is in it or not, just the Empire in itself makes this a lot more crucial, and it's a way better season because of them. In Season 1 they weren't as involved because Sid mission, which brings me on to Sid. I'm so glad that she betrayed them because we knew it was going to happen. I wasn't shocked. It wasn't like, oh wow, we knew it was happening. Next season, oh, Sid's got a mission for us. None of that. No, that won't be happening, so I'm glad that is out of the way. We move on to the last main point, which was supposed to be the major shocking ending, but I don't think it was too shocking for me personally. And it was when the scientist lady, she tells Omega that they're sisters, and I mean it was kind of obvious from the way that she was drawn that she looked like a female clone. But I guess the interesting part now is learning more about her. Was she a previous test that didn't work? Was she a previous Omega and because she didn't work out they had to create Omega? Or why was she created? How did she end up on Tantis? How did she end up working for the Empire? She'll obviously help Crosshair and Omega. It'll be a nice dynamic to see and kind of see how they will break out. We still need a Crosshair redemption. I thought we were going to get some sort of redemption in this season, but they kind of took it in a different direction. But yeah, shout out to everyone that made it this far. I appreciate the support. Feel free to sub if you're new around here. I appreciate the support as we are on the road to 300 subs. I hope everyone has a good rest of the day and I'll catch you in the next one.